Hey guys, my name is Dr. Injeti, and I want to take the next few minutes to discuss the topic of self-esteem. For my doctorate, self-esteem was the focus, and I gathered some interesting key points that I felt was important to share with you guys. So here we go. One key point was the topic of self-esteem was rarely discussed, talked about in our society. So for example, in a family circle, parents aren't really discussing the importance of self-esteem with their kids, nor are kids asking their mom and dad about the idea of self-esteem. Self-esteem is rarely discussed in our church environments. Self-esteem does not appear to be a focal point in high school settings, college level, as well as in university settings. But yet, self-esteem is such a key element of being a human being. It helps us, it guides us in many aspects of our lives. Self-esteem is directly linked to our mental health and our well-being. Another key point of self-esteem is having self-esteem actually dictates the type of decisions we make. So for example, high self-esteem helps us make good quality decisions that impact our mental health and well-being in a positive manner. Having high self-esteem also helps us face difficult decision-making, helps us problem solve effectively. So for an example of that would be ending a toxic relationship for the greater good. And the greater good is maintaining our mental health and well-being. On the opposite, those with low self-esteem make poor decisions, are more impulsive to make decisions without problem solving. And so in return, making poor decisions affect our mental health and well-being in a poor manner. It decreases our mental health. This also is a negative feedback. So low self-esteem dictates our poor decision-making, which then feeds our low self-esteem. Just on the opposite, high self-esteem that helps us make good decisions feeds our high self-esteem. So in return, it depending on high self-esteem or low self-esteem, it maintains that based on the type of decisions we make. Self-esteem is something that we need to be mindful of. We have to work on it on a day-to-day basis. We have to catch ourselves when our self-esteem is low and start doing activities or talking about it to bring it right back up again. Our self-esteem doesn't top off, and it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop after we graduate high school or university. It doesn't stop after we get married or have children, or it doesn't stop after we find our dream job. Self-esteem does not work that way. Self-esteem is something that has to be attended to throughout our lifespan. Self-esteem is how we feel about ourselves. So being mindful of how we feel about ourselves and acting on maintaining that emotions that are linked to self-esteem is so much very important. So on that note, I hope these key points will help you. Thanks for listening.